Hello everyone and welcome once again to The Crash. My name is Zeramis, and on today's episode we are going to attempt to use the BlueStacks app for desktop to do some live farming attacks. I don't typically like using BlueStacks for attacking because trying to drag my mouse to the tray and drag my mouse to the field and then drag my mouse back to the tray, it just feels a lot less responsive in terms of reaction times and stuff like that than just being able to touch my tablet screen. So to that end, I actually want to ask if any of my viewer base has a touchscreen desktop monitor and uses BlueStacks. Does that actually work? That I could actually use a touchscreen monitor and just tap my monitor screen and treat BlueStacks basically as if it were a giant tablet? Because if it does work the way I would envision it to, that would be amazing, and it would make it a whole lot easier for me to do these sorts of things than trying to get this mirroring software to work, because it's really starting to drive me banana sandwich getting the mirroring stuff to go. So anyhow, get that out of the way. We're going to talk about farming Dark Elixir at Town Hall 8.5 with low to mid-level queens, or people like me whose queen is currently being hammered on by a builder and going through an upgrade process, because, I mean, let's face it, these upgrades aren't cheap, and you're not going to want to sit around on your laurels waiting for your queen to wake back up before you get back out in the field trying to get Dark Elixir to start amassing it for the next upgrade, right? So, my typical use in terms of farming for Dark Elixir is to go heavy on Elixir. My army isn't cheap, but it is very effective at getting really good loot. So let's take a look at my recent attack log. So there's 1700. I disconnected in the middle of this attack and was absolutely freaking frustrating. It was a really good offer. So coming down, we've got 1500 here, 3700, 3100, another 1700, 2100, 2300, 4200. So I tend to get really good Dark Elixir grabs with this army. And I don't really care that the army costs a lot of Elixir. You're looking at 355,000 Elixir to train this army, as well as 110 Dark Elixir, but that's kind of inconsequential for the skeleton spell. It's very expensive to train this army, but I don't mind spending the Elixir because this army is very effective at getting Dark Elixir, which what its purpose is to get the Dark Elixir for my Dark Elixir upgrades. So we're looking at 4 P.E.K.K.A.s, 3 healers, 10 wizards, 4 wall breakers, and 30 archers. Now, I currently have giants in my clan castle. Bowlers would probably be a better option, but we only have so many people in our clan that can actually give bowlers, and I really don't want to harass them every half hour for bowlers just for the purposes of farming. I'd rather to get something simple like giants. They target defenses, they're fairly tanky, they work well with the healers, and they're fairly easy to grab and not quite as resource intensive or taxing as something like bowlers, which is a dark troop would be for my clanmates. So I tend to keep it simple. Now, the P.E.K.K.A.s, the healers, and the giants are obviously your tank component to this. Their job is to go out and take damage and do damage. The healers are there to support them to keep them alive. Wizards are there to create the funnel. So ideally, you drop your clan castle giants down, they can move in, you use your wizards to create the funnel so that your P.E.K.K.A.s will go where you want them to and it doesn't go turn into a P.E.K.K.A. go round around the outside of the base. Then you can drop your healers to support. Depending on whether or not there's an air defense, like you don't want to send your giants in trying to create your funnel and drop your healers and then your healers get shot down by an air defense while you're trying to create a funnel. Not exactly ideal. So it really kind of depends on whether an air defense is going to be a problem when you drop your giants if you want to get your healers with them right off the bat. So yeah, you always have to take that in consideration. Wall breakers are there obviously to open up some holes so that your P.E.K.K.A.s can get into the core of the base with your king. And then you have 30 archers as a typical cleanup troop. They're also very useful in the event that you run into a base that has very full collectors that are positioned around the outside of the base where you can try and grab them to get some free loot. If you don't mind dropping some trophies, that way you don't have to expend the expensive component of your army to get some loot if something like that presents itself. Spells, obviously, rages, jumps to get into the base, rages to power your P.E.K.K.A.s and kill things. Skeleton spell, I decided to go with it because since the updates, it's actually become fairly useful as a utility spell. I can use it to distract archer queens. I can use it if my group gets into the core of the base and all the defenses are distracted. I can drop the skeleton spell on top of the dark storage and let the Larrys try and get some dark elixir for me. And typically, you're not really going to run into full clan castles when farming, or I don't. Most of the clan castles that I run into farming are empty. So filling that slot with a poison spell usually just means that I carry around an extra spell and it doesn't do anything. With this skeleton spell, I feel I can get more utility out of it than carrying a poison, a haste, or a quake. And if I need it, then I've got a poison in the clan castle to deal with any kind of defending clan castle troops that might come out. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into some attacks. We're going to go searching for a base, and we're going to see what we can find. And while we're doing the base search, I'm going to kind of go over what I'm looking for in terms of available loot and whether or not the base is actually going to be worth the trouble. Now, that having been said, I am also very selective about which base I want to attack. It has to be worth the cost to try and get the stuff out of it. So sometimes it takes a while to find a base, but usually the rewards pay off fairly well. So let's go searching, shall we? Alrighty, let's see what we can find. Hopefully BlueStacks isn't a complete joke when I try and use it. Okay, so this base... that's a good amount of dark elixir. I would lose 60,000 elixir if I were to get everything. Got a Tesla being worked on, an air defense being worked on. Fairly high level. Let's see if I can get better. That one's not a bad base, I will admit. That was a tempting offer. I just want to see if I can do better. So obviously we're not looking at those because they have very little dark elixir in any of those. 1400. I had better offer the first time. 300? Are you kidding me? Yeah, 300 dark elixir and 5,000 elixir. Go for it. That's one that's trophies only if you're trying to attack that base. And here we go. Why in the hell? What? I don't even know what to think about this. Like, what the actual hell? Can I just go blink? Sure can. Blink. Yeah, we're just going to drop a few more archers here to speed that along. And some archers there to speed that along. Wow. There, I didn't even notice. Those are going to get freaking fried. So do I want to spin the elixir? How much dark elixir is going to be left in this base if I take out that? Jeez. Okay, well, do I want to push for this base, or do I want to just run with that dark elixir grab? Because I'm going to lose trophies. But Jesus, I can't believe that. That was insane. Is that mortar going to lock in on me? Yep. I want to see if there's a spot. Nope, there is no spot where the mortar is going to be out of range. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop my Barbarian King here. Because I don't mind losing some trophies, because that was freaking nuts, is what that was. So I think I can drop, now that I've got their attention, I can drop some archers here, some archers here, and they can get killed by little bombs, because why not? I'm just trying to get loot. Give me loot. Free loot is the best loot. I'm I'm gonna lose some trophies, but I don't really care. I'll spend a wizard. I mean, why not? Why not spend a wizard? Are you gonna come after my wizard? I can't believe you're actually coming after my wizard. How dare you? Oh no. Oh no. I still got it. That's awesome. Okay, well, am I happy with that? I'd say I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't really spend a whole lot. 30 archers and my king and 2 wizards. And I'll surrender 23 trophies and yeah, sure, let's see what we get. 2,400 dark elixir and 200,000 elixir and 88,000 gold for 30 archers and 2 wizards. I'll take it. Not a bad little find there, hey? Alrighty, well, let me retrain my army and we'll be right back. And we are back, so let's get back to searching for a good base. That's a Town Hall 10, let's not attack it. I don't think I would attack it with that amount of loot. You give me a Town Hall 10 that has like 600,000 gold and 600,000 elixir and there's all kinds of collectors that are full and stuff like that, then I might give it a shot, but for 200,000 and 300,000 gold and elixir, nah. No. Okay, this base is kind of a tempting offer. I don't like the fact that it has max level wizard towers, max level defenses, maxed out expos. The queen's low level, like level 7. That's kind of cool. I mean, that's a lot of trouble to go through with a very expensive army. And I'm trying to get dark elixir, and this one's not really offering me enough to really make my skirt fly up or anything. What is the phrase? It does not give me the Marilyn Monroe effect looking at that base. We'll just say that. So, same thing. Only 1,100. Much less gold and elixir on this base and only 100 more dark elixir. So we're going to skip that. This one's offering me 400,000 gold and 1,300 dark, but I'd take an elixir loss, and I don't really care about gold. Like, if I wanted gold and elixir, I would use a different army. Mass Falx tends to be what I use when I'm looking for something like that. So we're basically just looking for a good enough offer that it's worth spending this army to go for it. And you can't always just look at what's available here and say, oh, it's a lot. You have to look at the base itself to determine how much of that do you think you can get. Because getting 100% isn't always viable with this army. You're trying to knife yourself towards the dark elixir to grab it, and then get whatever else you can along the way. So you really kind of gotta pick and choose your fights. I mean, you could be a lot less selective than me and be like, 1,000 dark elixir? Hell yeah, I'll take that. And just go for it. This is 3,300 dark elixir for this base, which is that's an extremely good offer, even with the loss of elixir and very little gold offer. Because when you factor in a bonus, assuming I can get a bonus, like I said, I do not like attacking from blue stacks, but so I think what I do here is come in from this side. So I am going to need the healer supporting these giants. So we're going to go here and here. And then we're going to drop the wizard down. And then we're going to get that guy in. Get some P.E.K.K.A.s going. Go P.E.K.K.A.s. Go, go, go. All of you guys, get your freaking little butts in there. Drop my jump spell. Let these guys kind of move into the base here. Drop a rage. Jump here. See if I can entice those guys to go that way, and I do. Drop a rage. Let them beat up this. They're going to get the Dark Elixir for me. They're going to take out the Town Hall so that I don't lose any trophies. Lose a little bit of... popping some Teslas and some bombs there. Trying to drop archers to help out. And it's like... oh, there's traps and there's Teslas there. Haha. But it's looking like we are going to do fairly well on this raid. Let's see if we can get our percentage points a little bit higher. Because percentage points would mean a higher bonus. I still got 3 P.E.K.K.A. Oh, 2. Is that guy shooting my P.E.K.K.A. or my... no. Damn it. Stupid cannon. Get the archer tower. Ah. Oh well. They tried. Okay, so I've got a P.E.K.K.A., 2 P.E.K.K.A.s. My king's gonna go down because he's taking some hits. And now everything else it looks like is gonna go down, but that's okay. I'm okay with this. So if I drop my skeleton spell here, it's just gonna get fried by these. If I drop my skeleton spell here, it's just gonna get killed by that. So percentage points. I mean, I could try. Couple archers there, couple archers there, couple archers there. See if I can gain a few more percentage points just for the sake of trying to boost my total war bonus. Or not war bonus, but raid bonus. Can I get to 60%? Nope, that archer's gonna kill me. I could drop wizards, but I'm gonna avoid doing that because there's no point in spending the elixir with 2 seconds left, so... ah! Tiny little sliver left. So, grand total there, about 100,000 elixir. So, this was a pretty nasty loss in terms of what elixir I have, because we're only getting 170,000 elixir, roughly. Same thing for the gold. But we are walking away with 3,700 dark elixir, almost 3,900 dark elixir for that raid. So, pretty good find. So, yeah, we'll retrain an army. Okay, and we're back. So we're going to look for one more raid and see what we find. And that's going to have to do it for this video, I believe, because of the length with the search time and everything factored in, where we're getting pretty close to the boundaries of what I would call an acceptable length video. So let's see what we can find. Wow. Do I... 2,000 dark elixir. 400,000 of everything else. Because I seriously don't think there's a way that this guy's going to be able to stop me. The only issue is those air defenses. Do I go for this? I'm sorry, Miku. But this is just a really good offer. 2,000 dark elixir and 400,000 of each of those. Yeah, I kind of gotta take it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, friend. Normally I'm pretty nice to the poor fellows that are Town Hall 8s and stuff. Now hopefully... oh, yep, they're trying to walk. Oh, my giants aren't. My giants are going to go in there and be supported by healers. Oh, and one of my P.E.K.K.A.s is still... doop. I might as well send him with the rest of the P.E.K.K.A.s. Maybe I can get them to jump this way. I can! Look at that. So we are going to go... whoop, right there. See what is going on in here. Hard to tell. It's the problem with playing BlueStacks. I can't really zoom in whenever I want to. So it looks like they've got my healers down. That's okay, because we are going to go... Which way are they going? They're going this way? Okay, so we're going to drop my rage right there. So this will be worth 20 trophies, I think, because I don't think he's going to be able to stop me from picking up 3 here. And that stupid archer tower is killing off my archers. How dare they? Oh, I got... Yeah, there's no way he's stopping me. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and stop spending troops because there's no need to spend any more. No need to spend any more spells or anything. We'll let my troops finish off the rest of this base for 20 trophies. A good amount of gold and elixir. 2,000 dark. Some stars for my star bonus. So there you go. That would be 450,000 gold. 480,000 elixir. And a good 2,200 dark elixir. 2,300. Somewhere around in there. Plus 20 trophies for that raid on a Town Hall 8. So pretty decent. Alrighty, so yeah, that's the typical method that I use for getting Dark Elixir as a Town Hall 8.5 sort of player. I mean, like I say, I've dropped my expos and stuff like that, so I'm not typically, I guess, an 8.5, but my queen is still low level, and all of those raids that I didn't have the benefit of my queen, because like I said, I'm not going to want to wait. But we managed to get back up to 18,000 Dark Elixir through that. So, yeah, not a bad little period of raiding there. So, yeah, let me know what you guys use for your farming armies and everything like that. If you got a different composition than what I've been using here and it works really well for you, share it with me. I'll definitely give it a try. Maybe it'll work better and be a little bit less intensive on the elixir that I spend. And if that's the case, then, you know, I could probably go after smaller loot bonuses or smaller loot totals in the offers and still walk away happy. And that is going to do it for today's episode of The Crash. As always, if you like the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and follow me on Twitter if you want to receive notifications whenever I upload any new content. The guys over at Red Rhino Nation are currently working on a video that they're planning to release for Sunday or Monday that's going to detail some advanced funneling techniques. So we're not looking at your traditional drop a golem and then flank the wizards on one side and flank the wizards on the other. They're going to be looking at some alternative methods for creating funnels. Sure to be a really good video to watch for improving your funneling techniques for your war attacks and maybe even for some farming attacks. So be sure to go check those guys out, give them some support. I left a link to their channel in the description of this video. And yeah, I think that's going to about cover it. So with all that having been said, my name is Zeramus, this is The Crash, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.